Let's see how to include bullet points in Rmarkdown. You can use asterisk, plus signs, or hyphen to denote bullets. You can see this section corresponds to this one. And this section corresponds to this one. And this one is here. To create sublist, just indent the values a bit using two tabs. Here, I use two tabs like this to create a sublist. Here you can see these 2A, 2B, it's a sublist under item 2. Next section is include a numbered list. This is quite a straightforward. For ordered list, you use a number with a dot. 1 dot space item 1, 2 dot space item 2, 3 dot space item 3. You can see here. Now let's see how to include code chunks. I'll copy the title. Fifth title is include code chunks, and we will explore some advanced features and some code chunks inputs under this section. Example 1 is a simple code. I'll take this here. You can see the output here. First, I set up a code chunk and include a small R code. In the R code, first I set the seed and generate random numbers from the standard normal distribution. Then I calculate summary statistics using the function summary. You can see the associated R code and the output here. Let's look at the second example. Example number 2. First, I will run this one. You can see example 2 output here. In the second chunk, I have included a chunk option, comment NA. This is called a chunk option. Look at the output here. Have you noticed a difference in the output? Here you have the hashtags. If you use comment NA, now in the output you can't see the hashtags. In order to remove these hashtags, what you can do is you can use this command, comment NA. So this is called a chunk option. For that, R inside curly braces, R, comma, then you have to include the chunk option. Example 3. So example 3 here, the associated output here. You can see inside code chunk, I have passed another chunk option, echo equals false. When you pass echo equals false, Now you will get only the output of the R code. You can't see the original R code. You can only see the associated output. So you can use echo false to display only the output. By using echo false, you can hide this R code and you can display only the associated output. Example 4. Here, I have passed the option eval false. Let's knit the file and see the output. So example 4 is here. Now you can see only the R code. Now the R code will not be evaluated. When you pass eval false, R code not be evaluated. So you will not get the output. You can only see the code. You can use eval false to hide the output. You can use echo false to hide the original code. Next, let's see how to include code chunks with figures. Example 5. In this case, in order to create the plots, I am going to use the ggplot2 package. In order to load the ggplot2 package, I'm going to use the library tidyverse. Tidyverse is a collection of R packages. ggplot2 is one of the core packages inside the tidyverse. So let's run the output. Okay, example 5, the results are here. Here I created a plot with the ggplot2. In this case, I used qplot function to create this plot. I loaded the ggplot2 package through the tidyverse. You will see the tidyverse message here. And you will see the plot associated with this command here. Sometimes you want to display only this plot. You want to hide this message, or you want to hide this warning message. You can hide warning messages or messages by passing chunk options, message false, warning false. In order to hide warnings or messages, you need to pass these two chunk options. Message false, warning false. Let's knit the HTML output file. Under example 6, here you can see the code and the output only. Earlier, we have a warning message and a normal message. So when you pass message false, warning false, those will not be displayed. Next, let's see how to include a figure caption. Example 7. For that, here you have to pass this code chunk option. Fig.cap equals, within double quotations, you can give the figure title. You can add a figure caption through fig.cap. Let's knit the file. Under example 7, now you can see the figure caption here. You do not need to include a library tidyverse inside every code chunk, you just need to include it only once. You don't need to include this one each time whenever you use qplot function. I usually load all of the libraries at the top in a separate code chunk. For example, like this. I usually list all of the packages inside a separate code chunk here. So whenever I open an Rmarkdown document, I know what packages I need in order to reproduce the document. If you want, you can remove these messages and warnings. Warning false. Usually I list all of the packages at the beginning. So here you can see error message under 10, under the line 10. So here I type an error, false. I misspelled the word. Now it should produce the output document. Okay. Next, let's see how to control figure size. For that, you can pass out.width 50%, out.height 50%. You can use these options out.width and out.height to control figure size.